G'day everyone, I'm Ben and this is Counterfeit Christianity. I am trying something new today. I've got a new camera. You guys let me know what you think. The regulars who hang around, do you think it's cool if I just don't put pictures with the video? Because when I put pictures with it, it just adds on a lot more time and effort for me in editing. So if everyone thinks it's okay, I'll just do it like this from now on. And I got a better camera so it can be a clearer picture, but let me know what you think. I say it at the end, but I'll say it at the beginning. This is my understanding. I don't know shit. I'm talking about my personal experiences, and I do speak in a very harsh way towards Christians because that is what Christianity does to the world. Christians and Christianity does that to the world. They are very, very, very harsh with other people. I was talking to this about with my wife the other day. If you've been here before, you know that I lived in Thailand for 20 years. And I've been around Buddhists for a really long time. And Buddhists don't go around telling people they're burning in hell unless they choose to become a member of the system that they belong to. Buddhists don't do that. Not everybody does that. It's just Christians, from my experience. And it's obviously Muslims too. They murder people, but that death and murder is in the heart of Christians as well. That's why they go around screaming at people that they're burning in hell. But like I say, the Christian God is Baal. But this is my journey, right? It's my journey. And it's really disingenuous of people to say that I'm going out there and saying that I know what I'm talking about. I say the exact opposite. So if that's the story that you're hearing, you're not paying attention. And yeah, it's happened in my personal life recently, and I get it though. It's a very, very human problem to be offended and have feelings hurt and then attack. I'm attacking in generalities. Like when I say Christian, it hurts your feelings, ask yourself why that is hurting your feelings. This is part of the reason that I was brought along this journey of paying attention to why I felt the things I felt when people said things, and then digging into that and the stuff that I believed, was it true or not? Or do I think it's true or not? Think about it. And so I've been brought along this journey of getting rid of Christianity out of my life and just being with God. And that's what I wanted to talk about today. This idea that people have theologies, they have doctrines, they have ways of thinking that other people have given to them. Like I just shared just then, I have decided to scrap all that shit. It's all fucking death and poison. It's the worst thing in the world to have a theology or an idea that you follow. I've decided to scrap all of that and just be a man with God on the way. I just decided I don't want to be this anymore. I don't want to be connected with people whose fruit is so obviously evil. And the way that these people show themselves up in the world and portray themselves in the world and portray the living God in the world, that's why I like to differentiate. I say Christians worship Baal because of how they act. Obviously, it's not all. Maybe I have to say that because people really like getting their feelings hurt. If it's not you, then that's good. That's great, okay? But most of the Christians act that way. And I've experienced most Christians in the world acting that way towards me. And even when I was part of their group. But yeah, theology, doctrines, all these different things that hold on to us, that are given to us by other people, are so fucking shit. It's the worst thing that you could ever live under or live in. And people love asking that question. Oh, what doctrines do you believe in? Or what's your doctrine? Or what theology do you have? It's like, no, I don't want any of that stuff. It's shit. I just want to be with God. I just want to be with my daddy. I just want to be with our daddy in a relationship with him, and he will lead me into all good things. I know that some people ask that question genuinely, and it's fine. It's good. Because when we're coming out of these systems or we're starting to think a little bit, they still have their fingers on your brain. The indoctrination still holds on to you really tightly. And it's really hard because you still have all these Christian words. It's Christianese. These words that you say when you're a Christian, these words that you say when you're around other people. It's so gross. It's so foul to me. It's like the most disgusting thing ever. When people start speaking like that, it's like, oh, it's so disingenuous. There's no real feeling behind it because these words have been given to you by other people. They're not from your heart. You're not sharing the way that you feel. That is what I intentionally try to do, is share the way that I actually feel and the way that I perceive these things, because it's my journey. And I want to speak straight and clear and real things, the way that I see it, and not use other fancy words that I've had to learn along the way so that I could fit into a group. I hate it so much. Like all the Christian words, I just tell them to fuck off and use my own words to replace them. And even like praying, I don't like that word. It's gross. It means something other than having communication with our relational daddy. It means something very different than that. It means like me saying words like an incantation to the gods and hoping that they'll do what I say. That's not That's what a prayer is, but that's not what a relationship is. I'm good. I don't need that anymore. I don't need to be connected to anything or anybody. And people seem to make fun of me. I do notice it, that people try and make fun of me. They try and hurt my feelings by saying that I'm the only one, that everyone else thinks I'm crazy. And I know that. That's been the story of my life. I never fitted into any of the systems I was in. And I know that there are other people out there like me. You don't fit into anything that has ever been before. And in the past, it used to hurt my feelings when I didn't fit, because like you try really hard to fit, like in school and in church and all these other places, but when you don't, it's really hard. You feel like you're the problem, but it's actually, no, you just don't fit into those systems, because systems are shit and they're designed to control you and box you up. And a relationship with a living God is the opposite of that. It is absolutely free and flowing, where you're allowed to be who you truly are, who you were designed to be connected to your heart and connected to Him. That's what worship is. That's what goodness is. That is what it means to be a human being. You are confining yourself into being a person inside of a system when you flow with the rules. We've been told forever that the things that we want to be and the things that we want to do are bad. And the only way for good outcomes in life is to follow the system. I don't want that. I hate it. I reject that. I believe it's absolutely evil. It's inhumane. And we are human beings designed to be in a heart-to-heart connection with our daddy, in true, authentic relationship with Him. These systems that have controlled us for so long are the most despicable, evil things in the world. And when you get offended by that, that's good. I used to be offended by these things. It used to hurt my feelings, and I dug into those questions. And I asked myself, why the fuck am I feeling like this for something that means almost nothing? And look at the people in it. They're so gross. I have talked about this on the channel before. We talked about sitting on the fence in the past, sitting on the fence for lots of different reasons, and just paying attention. I see the conversation around politics that's coming up again because of the election coming up in the States. And Australia has a lot of elections, so it's all the same all over the place, where people get divided and they get angered at you if you don't fall in line with them, whatever they are. It's so gross to me. It's so inhumane. We fight over these scraps that they throw to us, and it's meaningless. Like, why do we want to align ourselves with a system, a theology, a belief system, or whatever? Because as soon as somebody else in that belief system finds out that you're a little bit different, then you're not allowed to be there, and they'll try and hurt you. They'll try and burn you up. They'll try and destroy you. So I want great people around me who are okay with me no matter what, who are glad to be with me no matter what. And it doesn't matter what I think or believe. They just want to be with me. Slowly but surely finding these people in the world. And they are out there. People who have subbed to this channel are probably those sort of people. And these people are around. I know it feels like there's nothing like that out there for us because we've been shit on for so long. Those of us who don't want to fit in or can't fit in, or it's impossible to fit in, because a relationship with the living God is the only answer. And for us, that's almost the only answer that we have. For other people who are good at fitting into things and are okay with blocking their heart and pressing it down inside of them and just going along, they're fine. They can get on with their work inside of these systems and be okay. But for those of us who are sensitive to these things, who require real, authentic people in our lives with real, authentic feelings, it's not okay. It's not good enough. Well, it's certainly not good enough for me. I want way more than that. And I started a Discord channel, a Discord group for us. And for people who want to be connected, I've got the link in the description, and we can start chatting about things in there, whatever you want to, and believe whatever you want to. The only thing I sort of require of us, if we're in that place, is going to be genuine, authentic conversation. Asking genuine questions, no condescending answers, no bullshit, anything like that. Just real, authentic people in that place. And then that'll be good. And if we can accept other people for the things that they believe, no matter what, then it's fine. And that's good. Even if you consider yourself a Christian, it's okay. But just wanting to be along that journey with God. And like I said, this is my journey. I just don't want to consider myself to be a Christian because I don't want to be lumped in with these people because they're so grotesque. But why is it, as human beings, that we really, really want to be accepted by other people? Like, it's really important. I sort of have a theory. I have a theory about this. But I think that it's because we never received love when we were younger. We were always given things that we had to do in order to receive love from people. And so we never actually got connected with people on an authentic heart-to-heart level, especially our parents, because the world really makes our parents press us hard because they press our parents with fear. And that's the part of the journey that I'm struggling not passing on to my children is I don't have fear, and I'm okay with them flowing in any direction that they want to go. And I'm not pressing them with the problems of the world. Oh, you better do this or this is going to happen. None of that. It's just be yourself and be free. And I'm going to help you with the things that you want to be and the things that you want to do. And I'm absolutely glad to be with you, no matter what happens, no matter what you're thinking, no matter what you're feeling. And I'm just going to be with you in that. That's what true faith is, when you are with the living God in that way, that you can be okay with whatever comes your way because he's got your back. No matter what happens, no matter what people say to you, no matter what comes along, you know that you're okay because you can just be in that place with him. I'm not afraid to be something else other than what is normal. I want to be myself with God. And if we all were that way, just being ourselves with God, then everything would be good. There'd be no need for anything other than that in the world. And everything will be great. We'd be okay with ourselves. We'd be okay with the people around us. But all these systems that control us, they push us into hell. And the religious systems are the very worst at that, because they take people when they're most frightened and crush them with more fear, crush them with no more answers, crush them with death, crush them with, you better do this or else. And that is the most disgusting thing that has ever happened in this world. It's absolutely evil. It's absolutely despicable. It's the most grotesque thing that I've ever seen in my life. I just want to encourage you today. If this makes sense to you in any way, then just be with our daddy. Be with the living God. Don't be with a systematic God who's angry and who wants you to fear him, because that's not who he is. He is the best dad you could ever imagine. He's okay with you, and he wants to be with you in authentic relationship where you tell him everything that you're feeling and you tell him everything that you want, everything that you desire. And he will be with you no matter what. You can't make a mistake that he will leave you behind from. It's so different than what we've experienced in life. So that's what I want to encourage you with. Be with him in that way and talk to him and tell him all these different things, and he'll respond to you. It's just that we've been programmed into this headspace that we can't actually hear things that are real, hear things that are happening. All we have is logic and truth and all these things that people want you to know and understand and learn. And so you can't just be yourself with him, because it's being drowned out by the bullshit and the evil shit that is being spewed on us by the world. So I just want to encourage you, just try and be with him. Just say, I want to be with you. Call him whatever you like. I like calling him daddy because he told me to. He said, I am your daddy. Call me that. I'm like, yeah, I'll do that. It's good. And since then, it's just become natural. At first, it was difficult. It's so crazy that we care what other people think, and then we care what other people will say about the way that we are. It's so crazy. Like, just be free. Be free with him. And that's what I encourage you with. That's what I want to share with you today. As always, this is my understanding. I don't know shit. And it's really fun. This journey is awesome. I'm really appreciating people coming along and joining me on this journey who want to have authentic conversation, not condescending bullshit Christian conversations. I'll have a Discord in the description. Jump on if you want to have some authentic conversations. And yeah, I really do appreciate you guys, and I'll see you next time.